Hey guys, Deathdealer here. We are currently over at the raid farm we built recently because I've been using this thing. Well, when I say I've been using it, we've done about 28 minutes of AFKing at this thing, and in that time we produced a lot of stuff. Now, since you last saw it, we built this storage system here. So up top we have the item collection system. That then sends items into several shulker box loaders, which are then sent down into this system where we have a shulker box sorter, which then puts them down here. So in that 28 minute AFK session I have done, we made a lot of emeralds. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12 shulker boxes of emeralds. Now this first row, so each row of shulker boxes is about one shulker box of emerald blocks. So yeah, for 28 minutes, that's really impressive. Now, since we go through a lot of emeralds, well, made splashes mainly, this should supply us for quite a while. Now, I built this, obviously I bought it all off camera, and when I was running this farm, one of the server members was using their spectator account to take a little look around, and they noticed that the filters I had built broke. Now, I had to go diving through the system to get all these items, but I'm pretty confident that we didn't lose any items in that time. I went and watched a replay because I did a replay of the whole thing, and it looked fine. So yeah, we also, where is it? Do we have any sticks? No, we've got one shulker box of gunpowder, a shulker box of glowstone dust. We've got several, I think we've got at least one more shulker box up there that's being filled. Shulker box of redstone dust. I thought this would produce more redstone, but it doesn't. But you know what, that's fine. Sugar, glass bottles, and spider eyes. And finally we have an overload, an overflow system. Now fortunately, like, we put in like 2 stacks of shulker boxes into this thing. We should be able to recycle most of them because I will be manually dumping all of the sugar, and I'll probably be dumping the sticks because we have a pretty good wood farm, so that stuff isn't necessary. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be building an additional system onto this, because crafting all of these into blocks is going to be quite tedious, and I want to make this system as simple as possible. Now fortunately I know a design that we can use, and this design basically all it does is it shoots out a shulker box, you take all the items out, and as soon as all the items are out it will remove the shulker box. You then craft them, put them into another shulker box, and then you can start storing things that way. It just means we're more efficient with our storage, and we can recycle our shulker boxes. Alright, so this crafting system we're using is a design by AutoCraft. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at it right now because I've already imported the schematic into the world. So if we press M and R, that brings up the schematic, and what do you know, it fits perfectly right here. So we will take the emeralds or redstone from here. We'll then use this system here to craft them, and then we'll put them into a shulker box here. Now once the shulker box is broken, it'll be put into this chest, and then we can take the shulker boxes from this chest and put them back into the system up top. Since we're limited in space, we're probably going to have to do that manually. I might be able to squeeze in a system for that, possibly. We'll have to see how it goes. Maybe we can do some water systems below here and then have an item elevator that takes it up, because obviously there's a chest up there somewhere. But I think it might be a tight fit. Oh, there we go. There's the chest there. It might work. So we'll see what happens. And obviously the shulker box from the other system, so it should be right here, will be broken once it's full and then put into this chest. And what I'm thinking is I'm thinking of building a replica of this system right here, but it'll be a lot smaller and it'll only be for the items we can craft into, you know, what do you call it, more compact forms. So for, what do you call them, emeralds, redstone, and I suppose glowstone as well, although glowstone you only need a 2x2 crafting grid for that. But you know what, it's fine, we can still use this system. So all we're going to need for replicating this system is 3 slots plus an overflow, so 4 slots in total, so it should be quite easy to replicate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab some materials. We're going to change up a few of the materials in this design to make it match the overall aesthetic of this build, because you know it is full of, you know, greys and obviously the blue ice up there. So we're going to go and get all that stuff crafted up, and then we can start working on this thing, getting this secondary storage system in place. And this project, I guess I could call it finished at that point. Alright, so I gathered all the materials we're going to need. Fortunately, we had quite a lot of leftover stuff from building the raid farm itself. I over-prepared for that. I'm really bad for doing that with projects. I craft way more than what I actually need. But you know what, every so often it matches up with what we're going to be doing next. So I'm thinking, rather than doing this in the form of progress updates, we do this little part in the form of a third-person time-lapse. Alright, so that really didn't take long at all. It was a super quick build, and I've just rendered the time lapse and it came out quite nicely. Now obviously I've been giving it a little bit of thought as to how we're going to handle the shulker boxes when we're finished. So the empty shulker boxes, we're going to automate the process of taking them out of the system and then putting them back up here, and they should be distributed evenly in theory. They might not though, so what I might need to do is I might just send them up there to like a chest and then I move them manually, because let's just say we will be going through most of the shulker boxes for the emeralds, and as soon as they're put into the chest up there, they're also going to be distributed evenly between all of the other shulker loaders. Now we can't fully saturate the system with shulker boxes. I can't afford that. I'm going to need to do probably about 24 hours worth of end busting before that's even feasible. So right now we're going to have to do it manually. So what I'll do is I'll have a water stream that comes below this glass into an item elevator. We'll send items up to a separate chest and then I will put them back into the system manually. The other chest that will be filled of the full shulker boxes of blocks, I think I'm actually not going to bother with the sorting system. I'm just going to have a chest wall and then sort them into manually that way, because yeah, we've got all this storage up here. Now let's just pop into spectator mode real quick and we can take a look at it. So that's going to be like 54 shulker boxes per chest, and in this entire system there's only about 2 stacks worth. So this storage system here is completely overkill. It's not needed, but if we ever decide to turn on the ability to farm shulkers, because we have carpet on the server, then we might eventually need this, but we're not going to be doing that because we're going to just wait until 1.16 releases. 1.16? No, 1.17, and then we can farm shulkers that way. So yeah, this is completely overkill, but I put it in because why not, I might as well. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to move this stuff over manually, because we aren't going to end up with lots of shulkers to deal with anyways, so there's not really any point in automating that system. So yeah, let me get, I don't have enough materials anymore actually. Well yeah, I could just craft up some chests, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put up a chest wall, get some item frames, detail it all. I'll probably just squeeze it in right here actually, since it won't really take up that much space, and then we should be good to, you know, use this thing again. Before we do that though, I just thought we should actually be able to test this thing now that we have enough items and the thing is finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 9 shulker boxes of emeralds. So I'm just going to take all of these out, there we go, and as you can see I've also emptied my inventory. I just threw a chest there, obviously that's temporary. So what we're going to do is we're just going to throw all these into this system here. Oh no, that's the bed. Oh no, that's I don't want to put that in there. There we go. So that's 9, let's check, make sure there's nothing else there. Good, okay, so what we can do is we can do this, we can take all the items, and yeah, that's working perfectly. And what I'm going to do, just for simplicity's sake, is I'm just going to make sure all my hotbar's full, and then what we can do is we can just do this. Now if you have a client-side mod like item scroller, you can make this far faster, but I don't really feel the need for that. So yeah, let me craft up all of these shulkers into emerald blocks, and then I'll build the secondary storage system. Alright, so I got that secondary storage system built and I finished crafting up the emeralds, so we only have 3 shulker boxes for emeralds in this storage system now, and if we look over here, we have a full shulker box of emerald blocks. So yeah, that is quite good. Now I will be doing some AFKing at this thing because I have another thing I want to do. So the main reason for building this was I wanted more, well, a better supply of redstone, because the witch farm we had, it just wasn't working the way I thought it would work. And the red farm we had before, obviously it was quite slow. So yeah, this is quite a bit faster than the other red farm for redstone, but I'm going to have to do several hours of AFKing. Now, what I want to do is I want to be able to make several shulker boxes worth of all redstone components. So that's like observers, comparators, pistons, the lot, so that if we come to any big redstone projects, we can just set up a wall of shulker boxes and then take what we need. Similar to the way the guys over on the AutoCraft server do it when they're working on, say, a perimeter project. So what they would do is they'd set up like a platform in the middle of the perimeter, or where the perimeter is going to be, like 200 blocks up. They put all of their shulker boxes up there, and then it's easy enough to get the resources. So I want to be able to do that here as well, which is why we have this thing. So I'm going to need to do some AFKing here, which I will probably do pretty soon. Now I'm a bit ahead of schedule with this video. I've left this to like the day before, it releases because I've been busy doing some other stuff, but we are ahead of where I wanted to be, fortunately. So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to head on over to the shopping district because, as you can see, I have some brown pants. So at the end of last episode, I came over to the button here because I was talking about this, and I said that I wanted to wait to see if I could get pretty high up in terms of pants. Now, I have brown, so obviously something went down. Now, I actually managed to get blue. No, it wasn't blue, it was green. I got green, but one of the power up I got was that I had to go down 2 ranks, so I went down to brown, which is quite unfortunate. Now, I'm not sure how often you can come back and reclaim, or like, you know, level up, so I guess I should message Clumsy about that since it's his thing. But yeah, over here, you can see there's a bit of glass here because people use this to AFK, so maybe I need to do some AFKing over here, maybe whilst I'm rendering the video or doing some other things, and maybe we can snag a higher rank at some point. But yeah, that isn't the only reason why we're over here today. If we pop on over here, some things have changed. The server's loading a bit slowly. But yeah, as you can see, we have a Christmas area over here now, because obviously Christmas is coming up to the holiday season, and we want to do like a Secret Santa type thing, and we're eventually going to have like presents under the tree for everyone. So as you can see, there's a present there for the mechanic. I don't know who had him as their thing, but in this dispenser is a bunch of names. My name is also in there, so obviously if I right click that and I get my name, I put the name back in. But the whole idea of this is I'll be giving a name and then I need to get someone a gift. So what we're going to do is we're going to press this and we'll see who we get. That's not how you press it. This is it. Zame. Okay, alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in between episodes because I've got a couple ideas for what I can get Zame, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little shulker box below the tree for his gift. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that back up as well because I don't think that was meant to happen like that. But yeah, that is pretty sweet. So as promised at the end of last episode, I said we'd come over here to the shopping district to check out Alex's game. So this is top to bottom where we need to dig straight down in order to find some prizes or to die. So let's read the book on the lectern over here to see what this game is about. The Titans of Production presents Top to Bottom, a game where you dig straight down for amazing prizes. Careful though, not all holes will end with a prize. Okay. Cost to play is 3 diamond blocks per attempt. Once you've paid, press the button to receive your iron pickaxe. Deposit everything else in the chest by the bed and set your spawn. With only a pickaxe, select a spot on any lot and dig straight down. You must dig until you find a prize or until you die. Use the supplied scaffolding and the barrel at the bottom of the hole to exit the hole. Do not fill in the hole with anything else. Enjoy the game. All sales are final. Alright, that's awesome. So let's put in our diamonds. There we go. Let's press the button for our iron pick. Awesome. And let's go and empty our inventory and set our spawn. Alright, so inventory has been cleared and spawn has been set. What's that? Excess and unwanted items. Okay, so let's pick a lot out of one of the holes. I'm thinking 24. Okay, let's just go with 24 now. I have a lot of levels on me, so I really don't want to die, but levels are easy enough to get. So 24, let's go straight down. Will we die? Who knows? Let's just go straight ahead. I hope we don't need to dig all the way down. That would be annoying. Okay, let's go. Like, I'm feeling uneasy. If we die, like, you know, we've got 5 deaths right now. I'd rather not, but you know, like playing a game is fun, right? Dying is something that happens in the game. Okay, we've went down quite a ways. Come on, don't die. Oh, I can hear. Oh, I could just start hearing lava there right before I broke that block. Okay, let's see what we've got. Okay, alright, this isn't bad. So we've got a bit of iron, some nether bricks, some bamboo, some quartz. That's really good for me. I can use that for observers, some gravel, and some gunpowder. Alright, and an unemployed villager head. Not bad. And some leather. Okay, let's take all this stuff, head back up to the surface, and we can get all of our stuff back on. Alright, so that was a good game, very nerve-wracking, but I'm happy with it. I'm not going to be putting 3 more diamond blocks into this today because, well yeah, my diamond blocks are they're quite valuable to me. Like, these are all valuable. Like, yeah, I know I've got 3.5 stacks, but they're mine. They're mine now. I'll spend them later on. So yeah, the other reason why I wanted to come over here is because we have this massive mushroom island. Now, I don't know if it's any bigger than... Yes, this is bigger than the spawn area. So the shopping district. This floating island is bigger than it. And I eventually want to come out here to make my own game. And I imagine quite a few other members of the AutoCraft server do as well. Now, I'm going to be planning that game because basically what I want to do is I want to make an escape room. I love doing escape rooms. Like, I've done them in like several servers, and I would like to do one in real life as well, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. So yeah, we're going to come up with a concept for an escape room. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an escape room where I design the entire thing, and then I'm going to have like a community built escape room where each member of the server can come along and then do their own room to it. And then that way we can, you know, rack up scores and like times and things like that. I think that could be a lot of fun. What do you guys think of that idea? Please let me know in the comments section down below. Also, if you have any other game ideas, let me know, because even if I don't get around to them, I will share them with the other AutoCrafters, and I'm sure they'll eventually do your idea if it happens to be really good. Who knows? Here's the thing we can do, maybe like an Elytra course. We can be doing with one of those in the server. Alright, so I've just returned from a 2-hour AFK session at the raid farm. We've got 255 levels, which is really good, but we've encountered a few issues. So about 5 minutes after starting the farm, I noticed the filters on the sorting system broke. So I went in and spent about half an hour fixing them, and then went back to AFKing. I went AFK for a solid hour and a half. Now, before I went back AFKing, I verified all of the sorting system was actually the way it's meant to be, and if we take a look in our emerald chest, yeah, things are not good. This is really, really bad. Now, I went and took a look through all the other chests, and we're even having problems with everything else. So I looked at the end chest here, and we have a lot of shulker boxes here that I'm going to have to sort through manually to make sure, you know, everything is fine, because the filters have in fact broke. So we pop into spectator mode, and we pop up top here. Yeah. Look at that. The clocks are constantly firing throughout the entire thing, which means the system is broken. Now, this has happened so many times at this point, this system just isn't reliable. So what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm going to have to tear out this entire system and move to an impulse, you know, an impulse item filter setup, maybe like a 2x hopper speed, that sort of setup, and then put it into a shulker box loader, because this system is getting beyond a joke at this point. That's 2 hours of AFKing, so that's about 400,000 emeralds that have just been destroyed. I'm not happy about that. That is really annoying me right now. So I guess that's something I'm going to be doing in between episodes. Also, look at this guy. He spawned somewhere, and yeah, that's kind of funny. Who knows, we might rename him and keep him in this farm. Alright, so I've been crawling about the insides of the sorting system up there, and what I've decided to do is we're going to be tearing it out and replacing it with something else in between episodes, because I'm almost out of time for today. So I managed to reclaim, so what's that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shulker boxes of emeralds from that system. That's how much was needed for all those sorters. So we had, what was it? I think that's like 3 or 4. Maybe even 5 shulker box loaders? Yeah, it was 5 shulker box loaders. So that's 15 sorters for emeralds. So you do the math, that's a lot of emeralds per thing. So yeah, we managed to get them all out of there, and this is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the brand new system we made today to craft up another shulker box of emerald blocks. And then these last shulker boxes should be enough for making the new system. So what I'm probably going to do for the new system is we're going to go with a standard item sorter, so an Impulse SV item sorter. That is 2x hopper speed, so we'll put a chest or like a barrel in somewhere, and that will speed it up by 2 times. And then let's go into spectator mode real quick. We might need to modify the shulker box loader a little bit, because I think there might be a flaw in that design, possibly. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that is that. Also, I'd like to remind you all that the AutoCraft server is currently open for, you know, new members. So if you're interested, if you're a content creator and you're above the age of 16, why don't you go and fill out the application? because we'd love to have you in the server. Also, we're fastly approaching our 6-month anniversary. We're going to be making a special video, a little promotional video about the server, where I'm going to be going through basically like all of our stats as a community and flying through people's bases and talking about it. So it should be quite nice. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'd like to thank you all for watching this episode of the AutoCraft so far. Make sure you go and watch everyone else on the server. On the left hand screen right now, there are 2 videos, one that YouTube wants you to watch and one that I think you should watch. Make sure you go and watch them, and remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hopefully you will enjoy the videos.